Welcome back to another episode of the Scale It podcast. Today we have Alexandra. She is an entrepreneur, realtor, and owner of her own agency. She's built multiple income streams through the power of networking, strategic community building, and relentless consistency. Alexandra is living proof that you don't have to choose between building a business and building a life. You can actually do both at the same time. Pick up back on that AI conversation. We'll circle back to that, but wanted to get some background of you, kind of how you got into the business and about your businesses and all that stuff.
So I accidentally landed here. So funny enough, basically I went ahead, high schooler, traditional high schooler. I was like, I'm going to be a registered nurse and I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be like Grey's Anatomy. Like I really thought I was going to be like McDreamy and It's a Beautiful Day to Save Lives. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And my goal was to be a nurse and then go into put that money and invest it into real estate. So
solid plan.
Yeah, I was like, this is amazing. I'm going to be rich. This is it.
Easy.
And so I applied for Robert Morgan and then the magnet program said we're full in nursing. So I was like, okay. I cried. And I was like, Dad, I can't go. They're like, they have a business magnet program available. I said, who owns their own business? I can't do that. I'm not an entrepreneur.
Wow.
So
just so everyone would know, Robert Morgan is a high school. So this is in high school. Okay. So
I did 4 years of the business program.
Wow.
And I did not want to be an entrepreneur. I did not. I still was like,
after you didn't like it.
I was like, no, business is not for me. This is not what I want.
What were the classes like? It's kind of like a business major in college sort of thing. Like
at that time, it was like Microsoft certifications and making sure like you know how to use Excel. And so I know a lot of the Excel backends part, PowerPoint presentations, business attire, how to. It was like more like etiquette class, which was it was a good program.
Yeah,
and it's still going on. And funny enough, I was always in advance in my classes. So I was in 10th grade taking 12th grade classes. And that's where I met my husband. So I'm a high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
And basically I was like, I'll never be an entrepreneur. Never. No. And in 2019, I gave birth to my kid. And I couldn't see blood anymore. Mind you, I was already working at Baptist. Yeah. When I was pregnant with my child, my thought was like, I'm going to work in Baptist as an administrative assistant. I'm going to get my foot in so that when I finish nursing, I am already an employee there. Like I had a whole game plan. I can't see blood. And I was like, what do I do now?
That can get in the way.
So at that time, my daughter had a tumor, a benign tumor, but it still needed treatment on her head. And she needed weekly treatments. And who's going to tell their boss, like, hey, listen, I need to leave every Thursday for 4 hours to go take my daughter to get treatment. Like, that's not possible, even like an understanding employee. And that was in September 2019. And so I became a stay-at-home mom. And then guess what happened? 2020. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. I'm already at home with my kid. COVID happened. It's, whatever. And I'll stay home. Then came past, I did a little remote job, got my little paycheck and got pregnant again, had my second kid and I had postpartum depression. So I was like, I'm not doing this because I honestly thought I was going to die. Like she came out early. Yeah, it was a NICU experience. I was like basically knowing that they're like, hey, how do you feel like if there's a decision needing to be made? I'm like,
oh my God.
So in my eyes, I'm like, I'm not where I want to be in life. I'm not like, it was like a whole thing in my head. Like if I go now, I didn't finish anything. And, of course, I thank God no one died. But that's, you think the worst.
It changes perspective at the very least.
So when I came home, I went on Groupon and I bought the real estate course for $50. and there was no money. So we did that. And I taught myself a lot of my real estate stuff. And I became a realtor. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be an RN. My goal was to go into real estate, grab the money and put it into real estate. So might as well just already get my own commission and do the real estate.
Right. And build the business that way.
I started building a real estate business. I fell in love with it. I still do it to this day. But then I started noticing that a lot of people don't understand the importance of media. And I got tired of the welcome to the 3-bedroom, 2.5. I'm like, bro, it's so old. Get with it.
Yeah.
Make a music video.
Yeah.
Do something.
The
thing is that you have to be unhinged for your business to grow. And so I was like, I always dabbled in content creation. Like I want to be an influencer, but not like famous, but like a micro influencer to get paid.
Like brands, maybe a brand
And
deal.
I have, small little brands that send me stuff. So I'm
Nice.
like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Can I curse here?
Sure.
Okay, so I was gonna fuck around and find out. Yeah. That's the way I said. For my business. So I was like, okay, I'm only gonna do like a founder's fee, and I'm gonna line up some clients, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see and dabble, and I'm gonna be honest with them, like, yo, you're my test project. I'm charging you super low. Let me see what I can do.
And they loved it. You mainly focused on realtors to begin with?
No, I wanted to stay away with them because a lot of them, honestly, they could sell you a house, but a lot of them have that camera shyness. And like I said, you have to be unhinged. So unless they're really like willing to go for it, I can't put the effort. You can tell when somebody like is interested in what they do. It's like, so they'll be like, hi, my name, like, girl, open the door. Like if it's a buyer coming in, that's a commission check. If you really think about social media, people are like, oh, it doesn't work. Guess what? If you're sitting there showing that house for 5 or 10 times a day, if you make one video, you can show it to 500 people because they know about that property because it's on the internet.
Right.
Kim Kardashian's on the internet too. Like, we were talking about that. Like look at how her journey has come up. And so these are the type of things where like I built my business. It's called Socially Mavs. Mavs is my kids. So it's my husband is Misael, me, Alexandra, Vanessa, and Samantha.
I love it.
I feel bad if I ever have a third kid, I'll be like, yo, you got screwed that.
Yeah, you're running out.
You're not there in that name. And so I created a founder program. And this was nearly a year ago. And it was only content creation, social media management.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, we're just going to do I'm going to do little reels. It's going to be fun. All right, cool. And I loved it. But then I started realizing what goes beyond the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok. And I was like, okay, let me figure it out. Like, what can I do for my clients? So I get them on podcasts. I align them with connections. I try to always make sure that they have something. Teach a class. You want to be educational. You want to add value to the community. You don't always want to be like, here's for sale,
promoting,
for sale.
Promotion.
Like it's just too much. So I always have my clients, I either tell them from the beginning, to be my client, you either have to give me time or money. Time or money. You're going to give me time to give back to the community. You're going to help me serve the community, or you're going to give me money to do it. Either one goes a long way, so I don't care. But I believe in like causes.
Yeah. That's very interesting. So, because that's more of an active approach than most traditional social media agencies. Like you're almost helping coordinate the client's avenues, right? Like you're a strategist almost.
Kind of like that.
A lot more involved.
I like the new concept that we're doing is a concierge of business. So instead of content creation, social media management, which is what I use.
Right.
But it's also the concierge of business.
Gears behind it.
I have so many things. Like if my client has an event, I'm there. And I'm not there just to get the reel, because I can get a reel in literally 30 minutes and walk out. I'm there to talk to people. What is their feedback? What is it? What is a consumer? And I don't niche down. I don't like that because I want to think like the consumer. If I know all about your business, then I'm not thinking about the consumer and what the educational things. And then I have to Google what are the top questions for your industry. And that's not something that you want it to be organic.
Yeah, so let's stay on that for a second, because that's interesting. So you don't niche down.
No.
Right. So explain that a little more. What do you mean by that?
I have a variety of clients. I have attorneys. I have lenders. I have property management. I do have heavy in real estate because I've grown in there. But I also have different, like I have a advocacy attorney. And so I asked her the most unhinged questions that people are scared of to ask. Like, and these are the type of things where like, people are like, oh, is it politically correct? No, it's it's unpolitically correct for you not to ask the questions. You need to be aware of what's going on. And if you really want to make the change, because I think this world is shit. And basically I'm trying to make the change before my kid is a teenager on the streets, that if you're really going to make the change, you need to be educated in those changes. So surround yourself with people that don't know. And I actually I even told my husband, and I cry sometimes because it's like, when you walk into these rooms, I'm walking into rooms with millionaires and people because I network a lot, and I feel like the dumbest person in the room because I don't know anything. And I was crying and crying and crying and crying. And I'm like, bro, like these people have it figured out. What am I? And then I realized something. TikTok told me, because TikTok is a therapist. they're in their 40s and 50s, and I'm in the room only 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I haven't figured it out. I'm actually ahead because
Right.
I'm already
You're
in
in
those
the room.
rooms.
You're in the room. Yeah.
So that's how you got to flip it.
Yeah, for sure. And there's also the context of, like you said, they're further along. You know,
Yeah.
they're just further along in the same journey that you were in. They were once
Yeah.
in their 30s, possibly feeling the same sort of things.
It's so
you know?
hard because like a lot of people in my age group, you know, they have careers and whatnot, but it's hard. Being an entrepreneur is a lonely world. So you have to network because a lot of people don't understand the hustle mindset. You know, I have 2 kids. I am tired. Like I am tired.
You live tired.
I live tired. Tired is my middle name. You know, I'm a full-time college student.
Right.
Like,
Right. How do you find the time? I'm like, and we actually have a lot of similarities in that. I was gonna circle to that. Yeah. I mean, not a mother, obviously.
no,
But,
I mean, you would be a great mother.
I think I'd make a good mom. No, but I'm married and I'm still pursuing my degree, running a couple different business ventures and partnerships and things. So we have a lot of similarities like that. Where do you find the time? Because I don't have kids. I just have a dog, and I still feel like
I have a dog too.
Yeah. So I mean,
what's your dog's name?
Nala. She's a golden retriever. Yeah.
Oh, I used to have
I'll
a
show
dog
you
named
some
Nala.
pictures. I'll show you pictures right now. Some dead
I
air
love
time
a
really
good
quick.
retriever.
Yeah.
They're so cute. I feel like their voices are a little dopey, like la la la. Like
She's
the world
literally
is like sunshine.
This is literally. I just took a picture of this, like
me
walking
see.
with her. Sent it to my wife. She's
She's
traveling.
so cute.
No, she's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah, I have
She's the
one.
best.
I have Bluey. After the
Bluey.
cartoon.
Yeah. What kind?
Maltese.
Oh, okay.
A little
Nice.
crackhead.
Yeah.
I told my husband I ended up being the Hispanic family with the white crusty dog. Like this is what everybody talks about.
Yeah.
I even like honestly when I was looking for her, I wanted a bulldog. Like I was looking for a dog. I was like, I want a big dog. I want a guard dog. Then Bluey came. My mom got a dog, and then my aunt got a dog, and Bluey was originally my aunt, but the dog was depressed with my aunt. I guess they didn't like each other or something. And so I picked her up, and then she just never went home. And then I had a dog.
That was it. I love dogs, honestly. They're like, we don't deserve them.
Yeah. Sometimes I tell my husband, I don't want to see kid,
yeah.
no man, no nothing. Just me and my dog.
Yeah. I hear like I actually turn away. I don't even like seeing it, like any videos of like, you know, like or even news of like someone like they did something to a dog and now they got arrested. Like I literally like it's so like it's so messed up, man.
No, but
it's like can't do that.
No.
We were talking what a sidetrack. Yeah, I love dogs. Yeah, love dogs. Shout out dogs.
Yeah.
Talking about the business ventures, time. How do you find the time? How do you schedule your time?
Everybody has the same 24 hours.
Right.
And in my head, if Kim Kardashian could do it, yes, people say she has a nanny, she has a cook or whatnot. All right, cool.
True.
Let me get on her level.
Yeah.
But the way, also like Kris Jenner, like if you really think about it, she's working out like at 4 a.m. At 7 o'clock, she has a reel saying it's lunchtime.
Kris is the mother, right?
Yeah, Kris is the mom. And so those are the type of things where it's like you have the same 24 hours. What I personally do is I block everything. So to drink water, it's on my calendar, like as a task to knock. To pray, knock it off. Okay, cool.
So more tasks rather than time blocks, or you kind of mix it up?
So if it's something that I need to check off, so ADHD, people need something to feel accomplished. So they need something to check off. So I check it off. And then the time block is like, okay, I already know from 6:30 to 8 o'clock on the dot, it is pink colored. And that is my daughter's time. So I have pink for daughter, green for money, so anything work related, purple for anything for myself, yellow for school, and blue for my husband.
I love
red is block, like don't bother me.
It's your time.
Like don't bother me. I don't care. The world could be dying. I use that like
how
3
far
times.
out ahead? Man, it's so interesting. So like I feel like we can stay on this for a while. But so how far ahead do you plan that out? Is that like something you
monthly?
On a monthly? Yeah.
So on a monthly basis, I already know. Like, so for instance, I don't put my girls in summer camp. I don't. I know it sounds it's very costly, but on top of that, I have the time for my kids. So my husband works kind of like a nurse's schedule, even though he works for the airport. So it's 4 days on, 3 days off. Like it's a whole thing. And so I believe you only have not even 18 summers with your kid. You don't, because by the time they're 15, 16 years old, they want to go with fulano and they want to go have the time of their lives. And that's so cute. So The summers is like our Bridgerton season. You know how they have seasons? That's my time with my girl. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I will put work done. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll have with my kids because my husband will be home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I see.
So I block it. So I already
you.
have the summer block. Thursdays, Fridays, no one can book me on Calendly.
Yeah.
And Saturday, of course, it's very rare.
Right. And then, so how do you balance that with your, like, on the real estate side, you'll have listing, appointments, showings, etc. And then also you go to events for your clients. You just seem like a rock star. How do you?
Oh, no,
it's just good. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is all a facade. Yeah.
No,
You seem pretty put together. So I'm like,
trust me, you can always do better. I think Atomic Habits. Have you ever read that book?
I actually have been told to read that book many times, and I haven't read it. Yeah,
read it. Be 1% better. Like for me, I used to go to the gym a lot, and it was like I lost like 80 pounds. That's great, but now I'm plateau, and I'm like, no, I need to get back. So like, and my thing is like, you know, I can tell the difference like mentally of when you're going to the gym, right? So there, you have to just time block. You have to time block. You have to make time for yourself. There's times where I like if I know I'm in between clients, I will literally park at a Wawa, put my seat back in my car, and take a nap. And I'll block that time just for me to
recharge a bit.
To go like a Tesla, like charging it. But yeah, like you just have to time block. You have to just be 1% better. You have to figure it out. I mean, there was one of my clients, he told me, he's like, being an entrepreneur is like being on a boat and not knowing if there's water on the other side. And I was like, I want
to like just snap for that, bro. Like, shit. Yeah. For real. It can feel like that sometimes.
It's the hardest thing in the world.
It really is.
It's so hard.
I mean, there's probably harder jobs.
Well, who created the harder job?
The entrepreneur. Yeah. But it definitely is. It's a journey, man. I don't think any. And the interesting thing is, you know, like even the entrepreneurs that have made it, to them and their pursuits, like they haven't made it yet. There's like this sense of like legacy. That they're chasing. I mean, that every entrepreneur I think is chasing in some way or another.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it would just mean like if I, God forbid something happens, my girls are taken care of. Yeah. And so, you know, we're looking at purchasing a property and then in 2 years making an investment property, moving and starting my real estate portfolio. There's so many things and so many tools that you can have. Like, for instance, you asked me about like showing time or like showing appointments. Right. So usually the clients that I have, they already know me. But if not, then I send one of my like another fellow realtor that I trust to go do the showing. So that reduces the time that I have. And then I have an assistant to do the paperwork. Right. So I'm the face. And that's how it works.
So delegation.
Delegate. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you think Elon Musk is over there at
Tesla
under the hood?
Of course.
I don't even think there's a hood.
No. Like, a hood on a rocket? But yeah. They call it hood. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. That's very true. So talking about kind of scaling the businesses, networking, you're a big proponent of. Talk me through kind of how you approach sales, prospecting, and networking. And like, what does your process kind of look like? I don't prospect. You don't prospect at all? No outreach. Even as a realtor, you don't. No. It's all networking.
It's all referrals. I'm 100% referral based. And that's a lot of, listen, I think at the end of the day, networking, if you have nothing, your sweat equity is what's going to get you through. Yeah. And so I networked. I joined BNI. Yeah. BNI for me, like it wasn't even about, I need to get clients. No, it was more like,
I need to build my network.
Get me in the rooms. Get me in those. Yeah. And so they have so many things as well. And I always look out and like, for instance, even when I go to my clients' events. So like next week, there's the MLS Summit, May 29th. They have a summit, whatnot. And I'm already like, hey, I told all my clients, you guys need to go. One, I'm getting them content, but two, I can go and talk to other realtors, talk to them about their services. And a lot of people are like, wait, you do social media? I'm like, yeah. And a lot of people think, if you don't have the time for social media, everybody's phone has a camera. Prop it up, get a tripod that's $29 on Amazon, and get basically mind like blown by what comes out of your mouth. Yeah.
What's your advice to people that you touched on it earlier about, there's certain clients that you'll have that aren't, would you say, or are camera shy or a little more reserved? Yeah. Like I feel like that's most people versus, people that are a little more comfortable behind the camera. What do you usually do to help them kind of break through that? Or do you just kind of pivot your content strategy? I think video is like king. So if you can
Yeah.
get video at all possible, like you should try and do that. But how do you kind of manage that?
I find what they like.
Mm.
So all of my clients, when they onboard, I get a Google quiz, basically asking what they like, what they don't like, what they do like, what is their standards, how do they like about beverages. So like, do you even like beverages posted on, let's say you're having a drink, a happy hour, do you want that on your Instagram? So it's very in-depth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because a lot of
Nice.
people think, oh no, I don't like that. For me, I'm
That's
like,
what you
bro,
meant by asking the questions.
I ask all the
wow.
questions, ask everything.
Yeah, you kind of, damn. I love
know.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
I know.
Listen, I'm telling you, the things I've done in the
Oh
last
my
year. It's like
God.
I tell my husband, like today I was driving here and I'm like, wow, I get to go on a podcast and people are just driving to work and they're dreading it. And
Yeah,
I
you're
get to
about to go
do
a
what I
podcast.
love.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, we're blessed. We
so
really
amazing.
are.
Thank God. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I just, it's those type of things, but you got to ask the questions to your clients. And so like, for instance, one client, he was super shy, super shy. And then I started telling him like, okay, so what do you like? What do you do for fun? How's your wife? Like, and then like in person, like an interrogator found the point. When you find, if you find the point that they love, something they love,
you see their eyes light up.
You see their eyes light up and they're able to tell you confidently. Meaning if that realtor is not, oh, the camera shy. Why are you camera shy? Figure it out. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't like the way you look. Girl, I'm plus size too. But like, like what do you want to do? Like, if you don't like it, go to the gym. Trust me, I know because I lost the weight, but I'm like, I need to lose more. I need to lose more. So go to the gym. There's always a solution. Choose your hard, figure it out. What do you want to do? You want money? Okay, so then work your ass off. You like being poor? All right, cool. FBO will shut you off. Like, I've been shut off before. No shame in that. Like, ay, se me olvidó. Like, you've never had that?
I haven't.
You're on auto pay guy. That's why.
Yeah. Well, my wife handles it. Yeah.
I handle everything, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, there's an outage to my husband.
Yeah, what's happening here? Yeah, no, not for nothing. I'm actually going through some crazy shit at my place right now. They had to do all the pipes all over again, and
Jesus.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah. Anyway, so back to networking and growing the business. So you do full referral based. What does that look like in terms of building that? You joined a BNI, but how do you approach that? How does that look day to day in terms of like networking?
You want to walk away with a connection everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you get a phone number, you get a name.
So are you one of the types that like will be at a restaurant and like strike up, let's say with the waitress even, and like end up giving them the card? Like,
it's funny you asked me that.
Always networking.
No, it's not even that. Let me give you an example. Okay, what was your childhood like? Were you like rich? Were you like medium? Like what were you like?
Middle
Okay.
class, yeah.
So before, my parents were like, but then, my dad worked for Discovery Channel.
Wow.
Yeah, now it's Warner's Brothers. And so we became middle class.
Right.
But I've been on my own since I was 15. 16 years old. I was already out of the house, working 2 jobs, going to high school, like nonstop. It was, a situation at home and, whatnot. My mom is a recovering alcoholic. And so, she's sober. And so my kids get a sober grandma, thank God. But at the end of the day, sometimes, I don't know if you feel this, when you go to places, you realize that there's high-end etiquette. Have you realized that?
Yeah.
Like how, like to tip the valet, like there's certain things that weren't taught. And so TikTok has taught me a lot. But one of the things is like, you want to know the waiter's name and you want to go somewhere consistently. So when you go with the client, they remember you.
Yeah.
So I have certain spots at my house, around my house, that I practice it on. Am I ever going to take a client to Buffalo Wild Wings? No.
Yeah.
I mean, they got good wings on Tuesday, so maybe.
Right.
But for me, it was more like I tested it with my family. So I know the waiter's name. His name is Chris. And then I started to get to know him. And those are the type of things. So it's not even maybe the connection networking like or whatnot. But at the end of the day, you want to make that connection where people start to know you. And it's gotten to a point, and I'm not trying to be cocky at all because I'm really proud of it. But like, I've gone to rooms in events and somebody always knows me.
That's good though.
They've known me. I mean, and it's more like you just even don't overlook anybody though. no janitor, no one. I'm not like, that's my number one thing. Don't, because my
you
grandma,
never know.
yeah,
You
my
really
grandma
never know.
crossed we came here illegally. Well, they
Yeah.
came here, not me, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm a citizen.
Yeah.
We all have our papers.
Yeah, I got him somewhere here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you know, like we've had illegal family members, and we've had, you know, become citizens and whatnot, and la guerra. So I'm Nicaraguan.
Oh, okay.
I just look like queso frito because I'm also mixed with German.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah. So it's more like you don't overlook anybody. But at the end of the day, you want to make a connection everywhere. Bartender, they know
bartenders
it all.
are the best.
They know it all.
Yeah, because they make actually the best like sales converts. You know, if you bring
I had a client who worked for Flanagan's, and that girl made more money at that time than I did. And I was like, damn, maybe I should go like I just can't pour myself a drink.
Yeah.
I'd probably be, hold on, let me taste it. Let me see if it's
a little taste test. Yeah. That's good. So I like what you're saying there on the kind of building the connection side, because I feel like sometimes I'll be you can kind of tell on the other end when you're speaking with someone that there's an element of what will you do or what can you do or what have you done for me lately sort of thing, like transactional.
I think it's because you're a man.
Possibly.
So there's pros and cons in being a man in business.
Yeah.
When you walk into a room, a lot of people assume like already you're accomplished and whatnot to be in the rooms that I am. For a woman, I also learned this on TikTok. I negotiate my contracts under my Alex. So my family calls me Alex, but no one knows Alex when an email is a woman.
Oh, wow.
So when it comes to money, women have to fight harder and things like that to be taken seriously. So sometimes even like showing up as like production, I had a situation. I went to an event, a huge thing. They hired my company to do it. I always hire freelancers to help me, and they stay on. They continuously come to my company to help me. Like, so I'll be like, hey, listen, I have this job Saturday. I'll see you in 2 weeks and whatnot, right? And the guy told me, he's like, hey, I'm looking for Alex. I'm like, yeah, that's me. He's like, you're not the owner of Socially Mavs. I'm like,
who are you telling?
It's named after my children.
Yeah, who
like,
are you telling?
Sir. So I think being a man in business, you have pros and cons. Women can get away with it with our vibes and like, hey, what's up? But also the con side of being a woman in business is like, you have to low key be hardcore because you have to like fight for your basically the right, versus a man is kind of like, all right, what are you going to do for me? How can I help you? Or
a little
like more like nah vibe.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like because in my side, so I own a public adjusting firm, and I also partnered with Zurotech, which is for the AI. And obviously on the insurance claim side, it involves a lot of contractors, attorneys. Contractors tend to be male. You know, it's the owners I speak with, so that kind of tracks. I do feel like and especially in that, it's more like, what do you got for me? You know, what do you got? So it's not impossible to build a relationship, but I feel like in certain fields, the transactional side shines through a lot more. So you kind of have to like invest some more time and really nurture.
Have to put sweat equity.
Yeah. You have to really like nurture the relationship and build on it.
Or just be more direct. Like honestly, I've asked people questions and they'll walk away and I'm like, all right, cool. So next one.
On to the next.
You gotta test people. You gotta test the boundaries, especially like for instance, I was at another event with a client. They were like, oh, they were trying to pitch their product. I'm like, are you a buyer or seller agent? And the realtor's like, I'm like, buyer or seller? And they're like, seller. And I'm like, all right, cool. So then what we do for your listing is and I'm like, one of my clients is Homestretch. And so this is like, they do listing cosmetics. And so basically before you sell your house, they make it pretty. They go ahead, repaint the walls, they do flooring, cool. Remove rugs. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
So I always say, make your listing pretty with Homestretch because it's ugly right now. And it's TLC on your description.
Yeah.
But those are the type of things where you just gotta go in for it. What are they gonna do? Tell you no?
Right.
Tell you to fuck off was the worst. I mean, like,
and you can also sense it person by person. You know,
just test it.
Just test it out. Throw it out there.
That's
see what happens.
I'm telling you. What are they gonna do?
Yeah. What type of events do you go to?
Everything. You
use Meetup to find them, or
no? I usually just like try to find TikTok has a lot, or for instance, or my client has an event. Even that's why I told you, like, even if my client has an event, yeah, it only takes me minimum or maximum 30 minutes to create content. You got to shake a hand, you go around, it's the entrance. All right, cool. Cute.
Yeah.
But what I learn is when you stay, you learn a lot more. And so I talk to other people, and not just about my clients' work or anything like that, but I'll be like, okay, so what do you do? Okay, cool. And why do you do that? How much money do you make?
I love it. I love how direct you are. That's so great.
It wasn't my husband did that.
It's really
That's
good.
his fault.
No, it's really good though. It's really good for
Yeah.
business. You know, it
Yeah,
kind of
because
cuts
you
through the
have
bullshit.
to.
Yeah.
You have to. Like,
Yeah. And people
don't-
respect you more for it.
Yeah, like, okay, so you make money? All right,
Yeah.
cool. So what do you do with the money?
Yeah.
Do you need a realtor? You need investment property? I have a property management. Like, you just keep going.
Yeah. Do you all, I feel like you strike me as this probably might be something you do. Do you kind of like also look for opportunities for your clients? Do you like
Always.
yeah,
Every
right?
day.
I could tell.
Every
you probably
day.
are thinking
When
of
they
them,
thrive, I thrive.
Yeah.
Social media needs time to develop an ROI. Okay. Unless you have that one viral video, and what are you going to do after that viral video, right? You want social media is to create brand awareness and value to the community. You want to show them, like, here's a problem that you have. Here's how we fix it. Here's, here's a tip for the day as a realtor. Here, like, there's so many things that you can do. Social media is for education, funniness, doom scrolling,
yeah.
and whatnot.
Doom scroll.
I love a good doom scroll.
Oh God. I fight it.
I love a good doom scroll.
Oh no.
I say it's working. And then, but if not, then I always bring up my client, like, hey, listen, like, I reach out to other brokerages because I do have, some clients in real estate, and I'll reach out to brokerages, like, hey, I even created a thing where it says hungry. Great, we have lunch and learns. Here, come and get it.
Yeah.
So let's do a lunch and learn. And then where my client goes, PowerPoint.
That's so creative.
You got to be.
Yeah. I love that.
I told my mom, they laugh at me. I told my husband, I'm like, I think I have the tism. But like,
well, you mentioned you're like, are you diagnosed ADHD?
Oh, I'm diagnosed, but I
yeah.
didn't get diagnosed until I was 28.
One of my friends had a very similar thing. Like he didn't, I think he like formally got diagnosed like halfway through college. And it's like, how does it take that long?
Because a lot of people, so ADHD is demonstrated in kids when they are not doing well in school. So that's where they're like something's going on. They're not paying attention. Why are they fidgety and whatnot?
Right.
But when a child who has ADHD, who excelled in school, I did.
So there's no marker.
There was nothing to.
How did that look? We'll circle back to the business. You're such an interesting person. I love it. How did that manifest for you? Like in terms of like how you kind of like, how did it affect you? How does it?
Well, I had postpartum depression. So I was like, okay, I'm depressed. I went to go see a psychologist. And then I'm like, sometimes I feel like my brain can't stop. Like, and then so they were like, okay, so then I actually did an ADHD test where they sit you down at a computer too. And you got to click boxes. Bro, I got tired at 10 and then I got up and I'm like, okay, I can't do this no more. They're like, yeah, you failed. Wow. I'm like, oh, well, good to know.
So it's more of like, is that like one of many tests?
No, we did multiple, like, showing them things that I do and whatnot. So ADHD is also my superpower. I've realized that.
Yeah, it really is.
Because I'm able to hyper focus.
Right.
And that's why I told I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they say, hey, she's a little autistic.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
yeah.
hey,
I'll take it. Hey.
Listen.
Yeah. The hyper focus element of it is what really,
gets me. So all I think about is like, how can I make it better? How can I make it better? I just lost a client and it's not, she was getting 100,000 views a day, I wish, a month for 30 days, 100,000 views organically.
Damn.
Maybe ads would be like 12%, but that was because, she wanted to do something.
Right.
And it was like, it hurt because it's like, damn, I made 100,000 views. Like I like we're getting there. I was growing it. All the people were talking about was the social media because it was so unhinged. And then it's more like, so it hurt. I was like, all right, I'm going to take 15 minutes. I'm going to cry it out. I didn't even cry, but I was just more like,
pouting.
And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, all right, what can you do better?
Yeah.
And so I just created something that I'm going to do better.
Nice.
And how can I do it for my current clients?
Right.
I believe in loyalty, but at the end of the day, I wish them the best and whatnot. So it's more like,
yeah,
all right, cool. But what can I learn from this?
Yeah, of course.
And how can I do it
adopt
better?
it into your business? Yeah, of course. So speaking of that, kind of full circle moment, talking about AI and how it's all coming so fast. It's changing so fast. I've been, we were talking about it. I'm pretty off in the deep end with it. I'm partnered with a company that's doing it as a service for other businesses. So how have you been implementing it? into your business, and kind of where do you see it going for marketing agencies? We'll start with.
So honestly, it's very rare, but I use it for like all of my calendar for my time blocking. I also have it create like a meal plan for me. So it's more like a personal.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
take pictures and then like I'll be like, here's what's in my fridge, create a meal plan. And so it does it to save, I'm trying to
A little
like save
time
money.
there. Yeah, right.
But AI, honestly, as a social media agency, there's so many things you could do with Claude. People are like, oh, it's going to take away your job. All right, cool. Is it going to take my client to the podcast and make sure that my podcast,
Right.
that he looks good,
Yeah.
that his shirt isn't like messed up?
Yeah.
Because if AI is going to do that, help me, bro. Like, help me now.
Yeah.
It's all about appearances. AI is a tool. It's
Right.
not going to take away your job.
Yeah.
I think people are turned off by AI content because
Yes.
like they're like, they continue scrolling.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. The AI. I feel like the AI on the design side isn't quite there.
No, but even it does a good graphic, but the
I mean, it has
algorithms
misspellings and typos.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like, okay, so if you put it in Claude, right?
Yeah.
You have it as a connector with Canva. You can fix the typos and
through
whatnot.
Canva, yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Right.
Claude is doing a lot better than ChatGPT creating an image. I hate ChatGPT images. And when a client posts it, I start rolling and throwing it, and then I call them up. What did you do? Take it down.
Shit down right now.
Yeah, because it's more like so the platforms recognize that it's AI. So I don't know if you've seen it where
Really?
it says AI content.
Yes.
Even on TikTok at the bottom.
Yes.
So I mean, like in the social media side, it's not going to take away the job. Maybe it will auto post, but there's already apps for that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take it. I think it will take certain jobs. I think on the social media side, what I'm seeing on, like for me, is because my background is also, I did sales at a marketing agency, but it was a smaller agency back then. And so I was like, close the deal. Nice. Now you got to manage that shit. And like handle deliverables, which is like, so I got a good amount of experience working with Canva and all of that. So for my businesses, I was creating all my content.
Yeah.
And I would schedule it before AI, typing the captions, all, with AI now, I've been able to just kind of give it all of my standards and things and say, look, this is what we're going for. This is what you can't do. This is what you shouldn't do. Give it to me. So now I've 80, and this is further to your point, about 80-90% of it is through AI. But there's that last 10-20% on the insurance claims side. Like it's like a professional financial service, like all that. Like you don't want to be posting like wrong information about like insurance,
Of
so
course.
that last 10-20% coming from me, who is licensed, who knows, like, so I don't think that AI can like take away
It's
that.
a tool.
Yeah, there's going to be people like us that are just using it to kind of accelerate our processes, but at the end of the day, your client's going to need you to strategize.
For sure.
The AI can do the strategy, but again, like, how much will we trust it?
Yeah, I mean, the way I've set it up is that Claude also has projects. So each project is a client,
Right.
and each client is a different vibe.
There you go.
So that's
Has
another
its
thing.
own
Yeah. So
guidelines and
one's
all
a
that.
lender, so that one is more like, okay, here you go, whatnot. The other one I have is a realtor. The other one I have is an advocacy attorney. So those type of things. One, the advocacy attorney is more heartfelt because she does disability rights, right? So it's more heartfelt, talking about the captions and things like that. Versus a lender is more like, hey, we just closed this in 8 days.
Yeah, right.
And so it's different tones. That's another way that I use it in projects. So
Right.
like that's the way.
And so you've been liking Claude the most?
I like Claude, but I keep ChatGPT because ChatGPT helps me also give good AI prompts to Claude.
Right.
And so ChatGPT is also my therapist. And I don't like the accent in Claude. He sounds Australian. Like I've been trying to figure out how to change him.
Oh, the accent. Does it speak to you? It can speak to you?
Yeah, I can speak to you. On the app,
Look at me.
you click and you talk to him.
I didn't know that.
And then I even told him, yo, why you sound Australian? Who put you as
That's
Australian?
crazy.
Listen, I love Australians. I love Outback.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was just like, it threw me off.
Yeah.
And I said, what the fuck? He goes, do you have a problem with my accent? I'm like,
damn, I got to turn that setting on.
It's on the
really
app
want that. Yeah,
version.
on the app, on the desktop
yeah,
app.
no, on your phone.
Okay, that's why I don't mess with it on.
Of course.
Yeah, I haven't crossed that.
Because you're scared.
I'm a little scared, man.
Yeah.
I don't want that shit on my phone. I'll keep it on my desktop.
I just wrote
Stay
a paper for school, basically saying how AI can be used against you in the court of law.
Yeah,
and
it can.
technically can. Look at the girl that crashed right now.
Right.
They used her TikToks.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, she's guilty. But,
Yeah. She got. It was coming to her.
She
Yeah.
guilty,
Yeah.
but They used her
Yeah, I saw
TikToks against her.
they did do there's probably multiple reports of this, but they've pulled any like I don't know why people do this. I don't know why
Mhm.
people do it, but using it as a diary or as a therapist, they disclose
Mhm.
criminal act or something incriminating.
Oh no, no.
And
See, I don't
it's
play
not I
there.
don't think law enforcement is not yet monitoring it and went after them, but I think that person got into trouble,
Mhm.
and then those records were
Well, yeah.
public, and it was like, bro, what are you doing?
No,
You're
you
like,
see, my worry isn't about, oh, am I going to like jail if they're going to use my chat
Right.
GPT against me? It's more like, what dumb
just the
fuck shit
data.
did I put
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that thing?
yeah, yeah. I'm not
The
worried
other day, I
about.
think it was
Yeah,
like, how do you spell?
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
I'm much more worried. I mean, again, I've actually delineated it on the opposite. I only use any AI really for business.
Yeah.
I try not to
Oh no, I
disclose
have it
too
do
much.
everything. I
Yeah.
have I even have it like, okay, so if you're think as a business person, like I have Claude thinking as Gary V, because
Yeah,
of course
yeah,
he's
yeah,
media
yeah.
with Kris Jenner combined.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like a whole baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so basically I have him, and then I'll tell him a situation that I'm having with business, because
Right,
it's just me.
right.
It's me. Like I'm the only person
Yeah,
in my company.
yeah,
And so I'm just like, it's a lot of things where I tell it a problem, like, okay, what would you do in this situation versus this one in our A/B scenario?
Mm.
And then it makes me think like, all right, cool. Okay, I see it.
kind
Not
of
a
talk
problem.
through it. Right.
I mean, I don't have that many friends, so like,
Yeah.
you know.
I'll be your friend.
Okay, cool.
We made a
Like
friend
this
today.
one?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was cool, remember?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I like it a lot. I think it's gonna make it's gonna make a lot of new wealth. It's gonna
What
cause
about AI movie? Would you sit through it?
like an AI movie star, AI actors
Like
and
total
stuff.
AI
I think it's
actors.
coming. Like, look, I think it's coming.
I mean, we already have like Jurassic Park, and they did like,
yeah,
you know, like,
CGI.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's coming. There's
Oh.
already an AI musician, a couple AI artists. If you go on
Really?
Spotify, yep. That already exists. It's already happening.
But then it
We're
probably
here.
sounds like Justin Bieber with auto-tune.
Right. So it's going to get to the point. I've had this conversation. I'm sure we all have countless times, but it's going to get to a point where we were just talking about it with Ronar. Like the kids, let's say the kids being born today,
Uh-huh.
just like the kids that were born like 10 years ago, they only knew the internet. Right.
Mhm.
And like our generation.
Well, I'm older
knew-
than Google, I found out. Did you know that?
What year were you born?
96. Google
Oh,
is
okay.
98.
Really? I was 97. Okay. So
Okay,
to
you're
that
older than
point,
Google.
we were babies
the
there.
1900s.
Right. So in you know what I'm saying though? So like every generation has kind of been born into the technology that they're in, and they can only listen or hear about what it was like before. So the kids today, growing up 18 years from now, they're only gonna know, and 18 years advanced AI. Like that's all that their frame of reference is gonna be.
You want my point of view as a parent?
Please,
I think it depends on your parenting.
as well.
My daughter asked me the other day what a CD was. Like I tell her. So my daughter basically goes with me to events and things like that. Like the other day, she did not go to school. What is she going to learn in school when I had a whole day of conferences, events, podcasting? She can learn more with me
Yeah, yeah.
than what? 2 + 2?
Yeah.
She already knew that.
Yeah.
And plus, it's the end of the year. So I
Right.
pulled my daughter out. I was like, you're coming to work with me.
Nice.
And I think it's about the parenting too, because if you rely, like my daughter has a certain screen time, and if you don't, you have to achieve a certain level in the homeschool app. She's not homeschooled, but it's a homeschool app.
Mm,
And then from there, that's when you can watch Netflix, because everybody deserves to chill.
yeah.
I mean, it's not always just strictly
Yeah.
business.
Yeah. Of course.
But I think it's the parenting though,
Yeah.
because like a lot of the people don't know cursive. They stopped after 3rd grade.
You know, I've been trying to relearn it. We learned
Yeah.
it. We
Yeah,
learned
we
it in
learned
school,
it.
but
But
I've been trying
I
to.
had a client sign his name,
Yeah.
and it was just his name. I said,
Yeah.
"Bro, what happened?"
Where's your signature, bro?
So it says print name and signature.
Yeah,
and
it's
this
the
is both
same.
signed.
Yeah.
So it's like
Shit.
there's
How old
certain
is that
things.
client?
He was like 23.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So look at that.
And he only 7-year difference with me.
Right.
So yeah, so around there, and it's more like it's all about the parenting too. Like
Yeah.
if you like AI, yeah, they won't see things like that, but you also have to talk to them.
Right.
You know, I want my daughter to come to me with any problem,
Mm.
but that relationship starts now.
From now. Yeah.
Like
of
it
course.
doesn't start, oh, you know, when they're 18, I'll talk to them about, there's certain things I don't talk to her about,
Right.
you know, of course, it's age appropriate. But the whole AI, like she know, like we saw, what is it? I don't know. Listen, I'm not from around here. Like in this area, I'm like way south where the farms are.
Uh-huh.
But
Homestead?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
Homestead.
yeah.
Waymo, was it Waymo?
What is that? The self-driving car?
My
Yeah,
daughter
yeah.
saw that the other day.
Yeah. That was crazy. I didn't even know they were down here. But
Well, they were here.
Yeah,
and she goes, Mama, there's no one driving. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, really? There is no one driving.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
But those are the type of things where she's seeing it. And so that's kind of like to your point where like, yeah, they're seeing it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you also have to teach them like about checks. Like you still need to
Yeah.
know. There's so many on the other aspect, but I think a lot of parents are like allowing technology to drive.
That's the thing. I feel like it's more, and I'm not a parent yet, but when I do have kids, I would like to, and I know it's always different because everything changes when you have kids, but I would like for them to have that frame of reference, you know, and like I'm a musician, so they're 100%. They're going to grow up listening to Beatles, Zeppelin, like everyone. They're going to be listening all through those decades. Oh, damn. Fire alarm.
Our conversation's so good.
Oh my God, it's that fire. This is definitely making it on the podcast.
Like,
I think we have
Are we alive?
We're chilling. Keep shooting. We're gonna shoot through this.
Not a problem.
Yeah, honestly, we're about wrapping up anyway. But that's kind of like I want them to have that frame of reference, and I want them to be able to use AI as a tool.
Yeah.
But what I see a lot of, like before the AI, like with iPads and stuff, like it just became like your parents just give the kid the iPad.
We don't take it to a restaurant. It's very rare. Like if my daughter
so common though. A lot of parents do that.
It's very rare. Like for once in a blue moon where I know like my daughter's overstimulated and you know, we had a whole day at the beach and then we're going to a restaurant and she didn't take a nap. Okay, I'll let her watch Netflix because she's most likely not even going to eat dinner. She's just going to chill there. Like she's tired.
Right.
So maybe, but when we go to a restaurant, nah, friend, I need the crayons. My kids don't have tablets.
Need something to occupy them.
Like
I think that's preferable. You know, the screen time is like, it just like, and it also just kills their social. You know, I saw a study.
The blue light.
Yeah, and I saw a study a couple years ago that showed that like these generations that are coming up, they literally have like less capability to maintain eye contact. And I've seen that, like they don't look you. I struggle with that sometimes myself. I've gotten better over the years because I read that and I was like, oh hell no, because it resonated. Because I used to like kind of like not be able to hold eye contact. So I've like built the skill now and I'm pretty good at it. But that's so real. Like even something as simple, because we're so like,
I'm telling
like
you.
that. So like eye contact is like kind of jarring.
Goes back to the etiquette. We were growing up middle class, right? And I don't know how the higher class lives. Like, do they send their kids to etiquette school and things like that?
Probably.
Like, I don't know. Like, okay, like when you sit down at a restaurant, do you get the fork and the knife like correctly, all of them correctly?
To
like,
lay them all out? I don't know the order.
I got a spoon, a fork, and a knife. That's all I know. But these are the type of things where I'm like, yo, you got to learn this because if you're going to high end things,
you'll stick out.
You need to learn.
Yeah.
And so you got to teach yourself. You're never too old to learn.
100%.
Just like you said about the eye contact, like you need to be aware of it, and then you need to be like, okay, what am I going to do about it? And that's where you got to do it. And that's what you got to do about parenting. Parenting is I said entrepreneurs being hard. Parenting. Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because it's like you think you're gonna do one thing,
right? And
then sometimes you allow emotion, and then you get pissed off. Like my daughter used her money, all her money, in her wallet when I was trying to teach her about savings. It was only $5, but I was trying to teach her.
Yeah.
She gets a monthly allowance. So they have Candy Day, Jean Day. So she knows that $4 is specifically for Jean Day because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 weeks, $4. And so I teach her that. But then she went out and started going crazy, and I'm more like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
And so you just got to teach them. And it's hard because your emotion, because I was so pissed off. I was like, we were on a track. We were going to go to Five Below.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
You ruined it. Yeah.
You ruined it. And then it was more, and I was like, so you got to like hold your emotion. Yeah. And I give props to gentle parenting because they're like, oh, you could just... But then sometimes I'm like, nah, you're being too lenient. Like,
that's where I don't know where I'm going to land. I know I'm probably going to be the softy. My wife would hate to hear she's going to agree, but she would not agree to the idea. But yeah, I'm probably going to be the softy. She's going to be the disciplinarian. The way I used to think I was going to, I'm soft on one and not on the other. My second one is a little terrorist. Like, so on the youngest, on the baby, you're tougher? Oh, tougher. There is no that's leniency. Different. The first one, she has that's my ride or die. Yeah. The second one, she is the funniest thing. But in the end, it's more like you just got to be aware. You just got to be aware. But you also need to remember that who you're growing, like what you're telling them today is what sticks with them for the rest of your life.
So actually, funny enough, I think it's this one. Yeah. So never say you can't. My mom used to whoop my ass with never say you can't. So as a teenager to rebel, I had her write it, and then I grabbed it and took it to a tattoo shop. I'm like, now it's here forever. So those are the type of things where you're like,
yeah,
it sticks with you. So when you're like, if especially like I have girls, so it's hard. But I'm teaching somebody to be a mother. That's what I look forward. You know, like I'm teaching somebody to be a woman in today's society, a mother, a wife.
Yeah.
And it's hard. But then I think it's a little bit harder for me to imagine teaching a boy, because I don't have a boy, that you're teaching somebody to be the provider, the man of the house.
Be a good man. What that means, you know, there's so many things. It's an endemic where we don't have men.
If I was single, I would go for a sugar daddy right now. Because, like, I'm just saying, like, I don't think there are a lot of good men.
There really are. It's
from what I've heard from dating. I've been with my husband since 2012.
Yeah. Wow.
So
yeah, me and my wife just made 10 years together.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super cool.
Yeah. I mean, so flies, it's hard to imagine. So like when people talk to you about dating, you're probably like
so far removed from it.
Like I'll be like,
I literally could not even imagine.
Yeah, I think it'd be a hard ass.
Yeah, it's just starting over and like small talk and.
No, but I'm just saying, like my friend went out and the guy didn't pay the bill. I was like,
oh,
I would have literally taken out my Amex and been like, it's okay, papi, I got it, because you know what, you're broke. It's okay, no problem. You see, that's the type of thing I would have been like, yeah.
But Alex, I think we gotta. We could go for probably 2 more hours, but we have another one coming in, and it's been great. You're definitely gonna be a recurring guest whenever you want to come back. Fine. Yeah, whenever you want to, you're welcome. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Great. I actually will let you open up to. You can speak to this camera, promote the services, promote. We kind of went through some of them, but promote yourself. And
Socially Mavs, the concierge of business, your entrepreneur bestie. Our Instagram social is socially MAVS, so Socially Mavs, and we're ready to help and stop being camera shy. Let's get to it.
I love it. Alex, thank you so much for coming.
So much.
We'll have you on next time.
It's good.
Thank you guys.